is Real Talk with Tasha, and we have an exclusive interview with Mr. Amillion Mayfield. I remember I used to call you Amillion. We have Amillion The Poet here, and we're going to talk to him. This is Delaware's own. He's a star, y'all. Y'all better recognize and support your stars. Support y'all artists here. Amillion, for those who don't know who you are, can you please tell them who you are, please?
Amillion Mayfield, it's my real name. Basically, I'm the owner of a movement called Poetry in Motion. And basically I consist of my books, music, and community activism. Started right here in Dover, and now we've been blessed enough to matriculate all the way to overseas. So I guess everything in between that we're going to cover.
All right, yes,
That's basically that. Other than that, father first, and daughter should be asleep about right now. So
Okay.
shout out to Leah.
All right, okay, so let's get into some questions, all right?
Okay.
Of course, we're going to start talking about this UK tour. You got a tour coming up. How did it go down? Because I know you got folks looking at you like, how he get a tour? To even leave the just alone to leave Delaware. Like, how did that all happen for you?
First and foremost, by God, by prayer, but also, like, after I pray hard, I work very hard. I can't lie to you, act like this happened overnight. As I told you, my movement's Poetry in Motion. It started for me 6 years ago when I walked out of a social working job to provide for my daughter. I had a good belief in my voice and my words, and my poetry and my music, and just, to me it was all the same, Poetry in Motion. But after my book, which was a bestseller first for 2 years in a row, I met an individual, a blessed individual by the name of Chazelle Gaston, also known as Victory the Producer. I met him about 2.5 years ago. And he just came to me, met him in the club. He was like, listen, man, you know, he had a little funny accent, you know, Mill, you know. I got a feeling if you give him in his studio that you'll be able to take your movement to a whole nother level. He said, I know you got your book reviews, but I think this will afford you a different platform. It'll change your life. And he was right. We put that project out about 2 years ago. I traveled it. Like you said, we're from Delaware, so I know a lot of people probably had about 10 projects in 2 years, but for me it was important that I let that project reach 10 states before I did another one.
Right.
So we did that. I traveled it everywhere, started doing free shows, again, as if the way I built my poetry career. I went in and everywhere. After I took it out of the open mic, I started going into prisons, jails, churches, places where I really felt they needed the message. When I got with the music, I did it the same way. Started put myself out there doing live free shows, started garnering some features, was able to take a tri-state tour, get paid for that. And then we took a DMV tour. I just got off the West Coast, so I guess the only thing left was
to leave the United States.
But it didn't go from Dover to overseas, so I don't want to make nobody feel like it can happen like that overnight. But it can happen if you go through the nightmares and make your dreams come true.
So how long are you going to be over there for?
Only 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks.
You're going to be over there for 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks, but it's 3 straight shows, and I look forward to making an imprint over there.
Alright.
And, you know, the goal is to come back maybe with 10.
Alright, that's
You know what I mean?
alright.
So you start there. I'm not going to be gone for 6 months or nothing like that, but it's a dream come true for me. It was 6 years in the making, so I'm going to make the most out of every second I'm over there.
And hard work is definitely paying off right now.
I appreciate that.
It's definitely paying off. All right, so when I go on your page and I look at your page, I see that you have people from overseas that have read your daughter's book. They know who you are. Like, how does that feel to know that people outside of your comfort zone, this question wasn't on here, but we just going right into it. How does it feel to have people that are not in your comfort zone know who you are, know your name?
It's humbling. It's humbling. Because I fought so hard for it. But it shows you the power of music. It shows you the power of art. At first it showed me that it was blind, it was colorblind. Then meeting Victory, it showed me it was timeless. now it's showing me that there's no boundaries at all.
Right.
You just gotta, you know, kind of think out the box. I say it's okay to be a square as long as you can think outside the box. So.
All right, that's all right. Y'all hear that? It's okay to be a square, just think outside the box. That's all right, because when you're a square, it kind of keeps you safe from other stuff. You're going to the UK. You're going to be there for about a week and a half. And then you're coming back, and on November 6th, there's a welcome back concert. You see that? You see that? Go ahead and hold that up there for them to see. That's the flyer right there.
Definitely.
So you have a welcome back concert. Can you tell everyone about that?
Well, I won't say it's more important, but to me it's more meaningful. Because I've been doing a lot outside of this state, representing it proudly, but I haven't been able to really make a living doing it in my state. You know, I don't mind telling people, like, I was a bestseller in Delaware, but most of my sales didn't really come from here. I couldn't really rely upon my friends and my family to support, you know, and that's for anybody. I don't care who you are. If you rely upon that, you're not gonna make it far. You gotta really go out and let the strangers embrace you, and then you'll find that those people come along. And it's not because they hating or something, sometimes just because of fear. You know what your parents went through before you? I was my mama's boy, my daddy's ways. My mother should have been on Broadway. She sacrificed her life for me to be in this position. But it got a little scary when I'm walking out of a good 9 to 5 and then I'm on I-95 and, you know, it didn't start off like it is now. You know what I mean? It was a daughter in a dream for real.
Right.
You know, so.
You got folks looking at you all funny and
right.
crazy.
Don't expect nobody to believe in your dream more than you do.
Right.
So that's kind of how I would answer that question.
So, but with the welcome back concert.
Oh yeah, but I did forget.
Yeah, he just went. It's okay because you did answer a question within a question.
Because that's how meaningful it is for me. But like I said, I get to now show my hometown what I've been doing. And I'm not claiming to put Delaware on the map. I'm just claiming to take it all over the map.
That's
but now I get to bring it home and get to have a full concert without just headline. I get to be fully in control. Like I plan on leaving, and by the time I leave there, it should be no more question.
I know that's right.
It should be no more questions. That's my only goal, to leave with no questions.
And this is what I want to tell you. Last night, I know folks were not watching the BET Awards, but I was at some point in time. I was watching it. Sorry. I was watching
Look, don't turn off right now.
Don't turn off. I was watching it for the ciphers. I'm pretty sure it was a whole lot of other people.
Okay.
I was watching it for the ciphers, and then I was watching up on the stage, and I told my kids, and I said, you know, tomorrow I'm going to interview Amillion, right? I said, I'm going to interview Amillion. I said, I guarantee you he going to be up on that stage. And my son looked at me, and he said, what? I said, listen, I'm going to interview him tomorrow, but y'all are going to see him on that stage. If not by next year, you will see him on that stage.
I can give you a little fact within that. For those that follow me, I've been invited the last 3 years. I had the pleasure to go there, walk the green carpet. I promised myself I'm not going there on the invite no more until I'm performing.
Right.
So that's my little motivation. So as far as I've come, as far as the UK, as far as the concert is concerned, things like that still motivate me. Because I'm like, oh, hold on, that was supposed to happen already.
Right.
But I mean, you stay humble with the blessing, but I was invited again. It was a great experience, but I'm going to keep working harder.
And you're going
I
to
don't
be
care
on
if
that
I
stage.
got to go to Spain, I don't care. We're going to have to go somewhere and get it recognized.
It is. I promise you it is. And so that way I can look back at my interviews and be like, I know him. Hold on. Maybe he changed his phone number. I got it.
Anything is possible. I mean, look how far we came. They told me I couldn't put out a book called PIMP and
you
have
did.
a bestseller, you know?
And you did.
So I think BET shouldn't be too far-fetched.
It's not. It's like right here.
Okay.
Just as far as
Dude, you
this
said
is.
that.
And
You said it.
I'm standing on it too. I'll bet money on that thing. I'll bet some money. So about this Welcome Home concert, because we keep going all over the
I
place.
know. Let me look at this. Let me see.
What day is it? Where's it
Okay.
at? I saw you have someone else performing that
Yes,
night too.
yes.
Go ahead and share with the viewers.
Basically, it's going to be November 6th. 2 days fresh from off that I get off the plane. I want to still be in the whole UK essence. And it's going to be fresh. I was going to be at the World Cafe Live, the Queen Theater, meaning we have the whole downstairs, the balcony, the whole nine. I'm gonna have a special performance by Malaysia. If you don't know about her, you're gonna know about her. All the labels know about her. K. Michelle knows about her. All of the divas of the industry claim her to be the next.
Okay.
And she's, I mean, I caught wind of her. She's the truth.
Okay.
Shout out to Clint too for connecting that dot, Clint Saunders. But she's amazing.
Okay.
Has a great team. I have a good team, but she has the pleasure of having a great team at a young age.
Okay.
So the sky's the limit for her. So I'm happy to be a part of just her progression.
All right.
We're gonna also have a live painting. It's gonna be going on. That's the art ambiance in here. I want to make it a total experience. Only thing I seen similar to this is like a Jay-Z Unplugged.
Okay.
Or I seen a T.I. Rhyme and Reason.
Okay.
I seen a lot of my favorite artists be able to be introspective and show you the meaning behind the beat, the words. So I get to really do the big screen and show. I don't want to get too much. Let's just leave it at Malaysia will be opening. I got two other special guests that's going to be actually performing with me. One was on American Idol.
Okay.
One you can find on Best Kept Soul.
Okay.
One you can also find on Sweet Friend Sean's production. You'll be able to find them on that.
Okay.
That's Peace, Love, and Poetry.
Okay.
And I don't know how many more reasons you need.
I
gave you 1,000,003
Give
reasons.
one more reason. How much is the ticket? So that way they'll know. They're like, wait, I gotta count my ducats. How much is it gonna cost?
It's 15 right now.
Okay.
And from what I hear, this is the fastest selling hip hop show that they've ever had so far. They graced us some more advanced tickets. So if I get rid of those before I go to UK, I'm gonna be very
happy and excited, and you're gonna come back and you're gonna let go like a big old beast and be on there and folks will be like, ah, Amillion, yeah.
And the only thing I'm missing also is it'll be a live band performance. I'm taking all my music and
that's beautiful.
who I alluded to, Victory, the producer. For those who don't know, he did pass away. I'm not wearing this shirt just for promotional reasons, but I'm going to do a Victory producer tribute.
Okay.
And I thought, what better way to bring his music to life than with a live band?
That's the best way.
So I just look forward to that.
That's the best way.
I just plan on leaving them with no questions. You know your favorite movies, right?
Yeah.
You laugh, you smile, you cry.
Yeah.
You in suspense.
Yeah.
I just want to make it like one of my favorite movies. And if I could do all those emotions, it'd be good.
I can't wait to see it because I'm gonna be there too. So
Well,
I
you got
can't
your
wait.
VIP table.
Yay,
You know?
VIP. All right, so we're gonna get into a little serious question right here. So the Million Man March took place on October 10th. Okay, what was you doing before? And then what's next?
Okay.
And how did you feel that day?
I do past, present, and future.
There we go. Break it down, break it down.
Past, I was doing marches in my own neighborhood, my own backyard. I think that's our first working together with the walk the talk. So it was a blessing to get to see millions walk the talk and come together for not only community unity but for culture unity and diversity unity. It was amazing to see that. That was actually one of my dreams. Like I'm probably one of the weirdest. I can't call myself a rapper, but I like to say artist and poet, but it was always my dream to speak like the Million Man March before I wanted to sell out Madison Square Garden.
That's because that's meaningful. That's
You know?
some meaningful stuff right there.
Definitely.
Impacting.
Definitely. So it hurt me because the present time, I was under the covers that day.
I saw.
I had a high temperature. It took everything. Oh man, my assistant is in the mix. She'll tell you it took everything in me, and I couldn't make that. And I just was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. But I was inspired to see those take place. I was kind of hurt, I was under the covers. I was kind of hurt to see that some of our networks didn't cover that event, like we did BET and like we did some. It's not just BET either. I hate that we kind of go hard on ourselves. It was everybody.
It was everybody. Well, C-SPAN, they covered it.
Right.
I don't know about too many other, it was just C-SPAN, they did coverage.
Yeah, but we don't get mad at C-SPAN when they don't cover BET.
No, we don't.
You know, it's just something to think about a little bit.
Right.
You know,
Right.
media can play tricks on you. They can play tricks to an idle mind.
All the time.
So, I was, like I said, I was happy to see my fellow brothers and sisters. I was happy to see the women out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Just marching for a cause. Now, what you said about future, it's all about next move, best move.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody knows me, that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been at Obama's house yesterday during the interview. I might have talked about it, we periscoped it, but the next day I'm worried about, okay, what I'm doing now.
Right.
I don't have time to repost that.
Right.
So I just hope that people can, after they took their selfies, they can go look in the mirror and say, what can I do to
What's
change?
next?
Yeah, exactly.
What's next?
So as long as we're doing that, we good. As long as we
Alright.
being the change we want to see, I think it's going to be a great thing.
And I can say this for you, that you're definitely being a change in your community because you have so many different, I'm gonna say programs that you have implemented, and you have a lot of kids and adults that are you're pulling out the artistic side of that, poetry and motion.
Definitely.
You're going to Chester,
Yeah.
you're going to the schools, to the middle schools, you're going to the high schools, so you're to the prisons, to the churches, like, so you're definitely talking the walk or walking the talk. Is it, which one is it?
Walking the talk.
I'm a little tongue-tied.
No, that was the blood. You were right. And it's crazy to be at this part of my career where I have to learn how to balance them.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a point in time before the music shows got a high enough fees and the poetry got enough, or things got overseas, I had to maximize my potential and use these formats to actually discipline myself and create a 9-to-5, so to speak. You know, I just couldn't wait for the end of the 6 months to get a royalty check.
Yeah.
Or wait till the end of the week to get, a show. Bills had to be paid consistently. So for that to ended up taking a big pillar of my career, now I have to kind of balance it.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise to not sell out.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can sell out this show, but
sell the show but not sell out.
yeah, these labels are saying they don't respect that aspect of the movement, and I'm like, how could you? But from a marketing standpoint, from a business standpoint, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I plan to always be a service to my community.
That makes you well-rounded, and that means that you're well-rounded, so that means your music is well-rounded.
Right.
That means whatever work that you put out is well-rounded, so that means my kids can listen to your music, irregardless of whatever you're talking about.
Right.
Because whatever you're talking about, you lived it, or you're living it now. So, my hat goes off to you.
Yeah, that was the important part.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take a step back because a label said, okay, we're looking at you now. And I took a step back because I had to realize this is how they got to know my voice. I started being at every every rally, everything, instead of realizing, okay, my voice is through my music and through my books.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not putting out the products or putting out that, then I'm losing focus to what's going on. Because the community, that was never nothing that I wanted acknowledgement for. So I started getting awards for that. I'm like, hold on.
This ain't what I'm hearing.
Yeah, my assistant would tell you, it was one of the hardest acceptance speeches. He talks for a living? I didn't know how to say thank you for a community award.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, what am I supposed to?
That's all right. That's just a true testament of who you are. You're very humble. So with that humbleness, it'll take you far. I know it feels like every time you say something, I keep shooting you back with, compliments. But it's real talk. So that's what it is. Okay, so this is a difficult subject, and you kind of touched on it. You recently lost a close friend. Can you tell the viewers about him and how much of an impact he had in your life, in your career, and where you're going right now?
Everything. Everything. I don't feel like I would have had a overseas tour without a victory. I said it wouldn't have been a victory without Torzel. I owe him everything. As I was coming back from Arizona, he was the first one I was calling because, like I told you, I alluded to that conversation we had on the phone. He promised me, he said, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be the biggest things out of Delaware. It's going to go everywhere. I'm telling you, you should be so animated. I was just like, me laid back. I believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Delaware, they don't embrace music like But we did it for us.
Right.
And then we found out it was a lot of other people that related to. So I just couldn't, I was so ecstatic to call them and be like, man, you was right. This West Coast, they love it. They love it. And I had to leave him a voicemail like he left me the first night he met me. Just to remind me to call him and listen to these beats. And so, didn't answer that day. And I called him the next day. I said, look, man, I got this ticket for Atlanta. That's where I had to go next from Arizona. Like, you ready? Left a message. I hung up the phone. I looked at my phone, kind of like I did walking here today. And found out he had passed away.
Wow.
So initially, I didn't want to do it anymore. I felt it didn't, what's the point of that? You know, it felt kind of hollow. And thanks to his family, shout out to his family, the Gaston family, the Daniels, they said, no, this is even more reason to go. And so I ended up performing. First they asked me to be a pallbearer at the funeral. Then they asked me to do a poem. Then his mama asked me to do the closing song. I can't do a concert at the funeral.
Hey, but listen, did you do it?
Did I?
All right.
It was the hardest thing ever, but it was crazy after that. I said, I can go anywhere now. I feel like I just did the hardest thing.
Right.
I'm performing in front of my producer's casket.
Right.
To a song that did nothing but talk about holding on and being strong, and it was crazy. I felt like I lost everything to get this dream, and I always said I'm gonna go through the nightmares and make my dreams come true. So we doing the song talks about losing a relationship. I did that. Losing a best friend, I did that. Then I lost my producer. Had lost my family member, you know, early in that year. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I just felt like every time I won something, I was losing something that can't nobody else see.
Right.
But how do you put that off to the world? How do you say, like, thank you, but I'm grieving, or
right.
you look like you're, you know, unappreciative.
Right.
But this is what's been going on the whole time. Wow. So it's real, man. I mean, just looking at my phone today, before we had to get the Periscope, R.I.P. to Dominique Delgado, my best friend. They were in a relationship for a while, so I got to know her, you know, third party, but beautiful soul, and, you know, R.I.P. to her family. Not R.I.P., but we say rest in poetry, but prayers to her family and her beautiful daughter. But it's just like every time you look, I just like to stay busy and blessed now, because it's like every time you look up, I mean, look, this morning, Lamar Odom, it wasn't an R.I.P., but I mean, you saw all that energy in the air.
Yes, folks were put in it, and that's something that I wanted to say, like a sidebar. Folks just have to be real careful with what they put out there. You kill someone before they even die. Or you notify people about something that happened to someone without the family even knowing first. So the social media thing, we have to be careful with it.
All the way too. You saying the harmful part. I want to say the part like, why do we have to pass away for us to get 1 million likes? And my brother, man, he was the same talent here. All of a sudden now his video got 30,000 views and 20,000 shares. Like, why can't we just appreciate each other while we right here? You know, like... It
says give flowers while folks are here, not when they die.
It costs $1 to like something.
I know. Ain't that sad? That's some sad stuff right there, isn't it? That's some sad stuff.
You got a nice pink shirt, like, God bless you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I wasn't cut from that cloth. If I see another man doing good, great job.
Congratulate him and support him, because guess what? It takes a lot to get up and to have focus and to have drive to pursue your dreams and actually become successful. And so folks should be congratulating you and not saying, oh, he ain't nothing.
It's a shame. I can count on on two hands. You know, I think it's certain names.
Call you by your first name. It ain't even a million. They say your real name.
They can't even get away. They can't get over it.
I used to play basketball with him. He ain't nobody.
I can't get over it.
But guess what? He is somebody because he's doing what somebody else wouldn't do to become somebody.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. We just gotta lay off of that. Like, it's so much.
Life too short.
And it's not just affecting the old. It's affecting the 30-year-olds, the 25-year-olds.
Yeah, I just lost too many to still had time for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I never seen nobody make money off of that. I never seen nobody make somebody happy off of that. I just haven't seen it.
Right. Everything you do now, and I know, and when I look at your posts and I hear you speaking, you always say that you're going to make sure that everyone knows your friend's name, Victory.
Oh yeah, they're going to scream that. They're going to scream it.
They're going to scream Victory. They're going to scream
Zoom in
Victory.
on it, they're going to scream it. Like he screamed. If you ever hear any of his records, he goes,
I've heard
Victory!
I've heard it coming out, so I was like, oh, wait. And my kids, they asked, what's that? And the person that played it was like, that's his tag.
What they say? Hold on.
Oh, need to turn your phone up right. It doesn't share good.
You gonna tell them the thing.
I heard what you said.
They want to hear it like, they want to see it like that.
Like that?
Yeah, so you had to, you're gonna get your angle right. Let me find out I got hold on.
Like that? Okay. Great. All right, that's cool, Ravenstar. Okay, so,
Was that Raven?
yes.
Hey Raven, shout out. That's part of Poetry Emotional Workshop.
She
right
is
there.
definitely supporting you.
Team
right?
winning A.
Love you, A. All right. Okay, so many people know you as a father first. You know, I know your words because I haven't talked to you enough, interviewed you enough. They know you as a father first.
Okay.
They know you as a social activist, a leader in the community, a poet, an author, a rapper. Can you share something with the viewers that they may not know about you?
They know I'm a father first, but they didn't know I first didn't have my father. They know I'm an author, but they didn't know I was a self-published. They didn't know that my life didn't rhyme. I just made it poetry. They didn't know music artist, but I'm independent. You know what I mean? I really put my last dollar into this. You know what I mean? I lost a house. I tell people all the time with my videos on MTV, I couldn't afford my cable bill at first. So it's like, I want you to know these things, but I just want you to know how they came about. What's the other title?
Of what?
I'm trying to think, social activist.
Oh, yeah.
That was something that, I never chose that. I really just was trying to be the change I wanted to see.
Right, and a community leader?
Yeah, and then next thing you know, all these awards coming, I'm just like, oh no, I had somebody have the nerve to say, oh, he's politically correct.
They said
Far from it. I said, have you ever been to my show? Like, I mean, the last one I was with, I made the front row go to the back row, because I'm like, if y'all here for the kids, why do y'all got all the sponsors here in the front?
Wow.
Like, that's far from it.
Right,
You know what I do is righteous.
right.
I don't always do what's right.
Okay.
You
So
know what I
deep.
mean? No, I'm just real.
But I don't want to say
tell you.
deep like in a bad way, like he's so deep, but you just so deep like there's levels. And so even when you talking, it's still poetry.
I do get that all the time.
You
but I
know
don't
when
be
you
trying.
talk, I was looking at you, is he rapping and talking at the same time? I'm just not sure what he's doing. Because you rapping and you talking and it's rhyming
It's
and
just
I'm
how
like,
my brain articulates.
but that's a beautiful thing. So it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Okay, so where do you draw your strength from and when you don't feel like doing anything? Because you're human. This is the one thing that I want everyone to know. He's not perfect. And we all have those days where we just laying in the bed and saying, man, I don't feel like it today.
That's every day.
So where do you pull your strength from? How do you, them days when you don't feel like getting up?
Yeah, look, you know, like, I just lost a lot of people. So I don't have time to feel sorry for myself or to feel anything, because there's people I always know somebody's going through it worse. The day I moved to Delaware, I made it from my hood. So it was like everything was on borrowed time. Even how I got my name, I wasn't supposed to be here. So it's just like the only advantage I think I ever had that people don't understand is that I was forced to have to deal with my purpose early. You know what I mean? It wasn't about being a different person. I used to be afraid of my name. It wasn't that I went from Lucas Mayfield, the basketball player, to Amillion The Poet. No, I was always Lucas Amillion Mayfield. My family never called me by my first name.
Just called you Amillion.
Yeah, but on roll call, I didn't want nobody to ask me like, why is your name Amillion? It came with a question.
What kind of name is Amillion?
Now it's like the best engaging conversation because it's like a business card almost because it makes you say 1 in a million. By the way, that's my brand, 1 in A, 1 in a million. What's my mission? To make millions become know that they're 1 in a million, not another statistic. Like, that's real.
Right.
You know? And I said 1 in A. One thing we did forget.
What's that?
We forgot DPA. I'm also very proud to say I'm an executive director of Delaware Parents Association.
Okay, and for people that don't know, because I didn't know, and I work in social services, can you please explain what is DPA?
Well, it's Delaware Parents Association. Of course, like I said, my father first, so I didn't mind when a good nonprofit came to me and wanted me to be the face of an organization that wanted parents to become the celebrities and to become the focal points of the household. It can't be the TV. So what they do right now before me was everything from child and food care to divorcing families. Anybody that would come there and once they have parenting classes on maybe dealing with your separation, the court sends you to Delaware Parents Association. Everybody knows about the food program. You know, so even if you got a daycare in your own house, you have to come through us and maybe 1 or 2 other organizations. So it's very big. Now, this time next year, I hope they have it just as big as 1 in there. Maybe not for overseas, but I just wanted to be a household name. When you think of Delaware Parents Association, you're going to think of the father-daughter bowling events that I'm going to have. Now we have an umbrella that gets to be in that. So you have your mother-son events, and now I get to have even more. We're about to have a family day.
Yeah.
So you got that breaking news hit. Our next
family
one,
day.
Our next one, we're going to have a family day where I get to bring the mother-son. You know how I used to do it.
Right.
Mother-son, father-daughter. Now we get to have a family day.
And so can Tasha and her 4 children come?
All of them come, man.
All my children can come.
So, I mean, we sold out the bowling alley and this skate rink like that. I can't imagine what that's going to be.
It's going to be nice because I know that your mother-son bowling event was beautiful. It was just so beautiful to see so many women and their sons. I had fun. And it was just great. It was packed out in there.
Yeah, definitely.
That was awesome. The music, everything was just great. So.
And that's where I get my strength from too. My mother, got a strong mother.
That's all right.
Strong mother. That my heavenly Father. And then, just like I said, love my father, love the men in my life, but they were the motivation. The women were the inspiration for me. So that's where I kind of get it all together from. You know?
You're definitely doing a great job, though.
I appreciate it.
And so you have your UK tour. You have your Welcome Home concert. What comes after that?
November 6th. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to lock myself in the studio and put this project out right that me and Victory worked on. Because we already had 2 other albums worth of music. So I just want to put it together the right way. And I say by the top of the year, we're going to have a project. Currently going through some deal negotiations. Some big labels is offering the first ever record and book deal.
That's all right.
That's a blessing.
Yes, it is.
So, and that was before I got the overseas tour, so I'm hoping that we can kind of renegotiate now.
Because I see that you...
Yeah. But then the blessing is just the fact I don't have to move anywhere. Now we moving like that flyer. We moving now, so I don't have to jump any gun. Now this is going from a straight boss perspective, which is what I always wanted to do, just make a living doing what I love.
You definitely living out your dream. 1 in a million.
Oh, thank you.
Now here's the thing. Well, not all the way, but I'm about to. Here's the thing. So he's great, and his daughter's great as well, because I have the honor of hosting Church Girls Rock event, the awards and fashion show, and his daughter is one of the honorees. Can you tell everyone how that makes you feel? Because we gonna cut up that night, but I want you to tell everybody.
That part of me is not humble.
Right.
That part of me is
like,
that's my baby.
That's
you
your
know
baby.
what I mean? She's in order to see what I'm doing, like, they don't really understand. That Daughter in the Dream movement is real. like my dream started, and I got to see my daughter and my dream grow at the same time.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You got women such as yourself, like, and my mom, that sacrifice certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to inspire our kids now through dreams is everything. She's just as athletic. She's a gymnastic prodigy.
You seeing it?
Youngest selling author.
All right, and that book, we read the
You know
book,
what I mean? So
great.
it's like, what more? And she's just, just a great personality.
Baby girl getting awards.
Man,
I'm gonna call her name up on the stage.
She got book drives, so she got her own movement now.
All right, you are definitely making a great impact, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you and your daughter both together.
Appreciate it.
It's gonna be great. So you're gonna take a little break. You're gonna be doing your studio thing and bust out your album, and then next
album
year.
and book. We're gonna do it at the same time. We're not playing around this time.
So you can't give out the title of your book quite yet?
Yeah, we can do that.
What's the title of your book?
1 in a Million.
All right, 1 in a Million. Y'all heard it. It's gonna be 1 in a Million. The book is gonna be coming out. He's gonna be working on it. So you gotta make sure when you hear that, you have to go cop it. And then next year we'll start all over again.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
But next year is not gonna look like this year because your next movie always gotta be your best movie. So, but I'm gonna be interviewing you. Not here, but it'll be somewhere else. And we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, hopefully this gonna make the DVD too. We got that coming out too.
Alright. I'm gonna be on.
I'm giving too much out, see?
No, you're giving out enough. You're giving out enough so that way people will know and have something to look forward to.
I can keep going. I'm just playing.
We just teasing them. But here's the thing. So here's what you have to remember. You have to remember that on November 6th, it is the Welcome Home concert at the World Cafe Queen in Wilmington, Delaware. What time does it start?
Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Don't want to miss it. My leads is great. Like I said, I got a couple other surprises.
Yeah, all right, you got a couple of surprises. Tickets in advance for $15. Tell them where they can get the tickets from.
You can get them from me. No, we're doing personal deliveries for advanced tickets, but you can get them at the Queen box office. So make sure y'all go there, World Cafe Live, Queen. You can get that link. We can't post links on here.
No, you just talking. So they're going to have to write the link down while you're talking.
Well, I always provide the link if you go to my page, like I said, at Amillion The Poet. That's on all social networks, from Periscope to Twitter to Facebook. Also have a personal page, Amillion Mayfield as well. So feel free to follow me as I continue to follow my dreams, and I inspire you to do the same.
And please support the home team. We can't be showing a whole bunch of support to Chief Keef. I'm just using his name because that's what my daughter said. We showing all the support to everyone that's outside of Delaware when we got stars right here. Please support the home team because when it's your turn, you're going to want somebody to support you as well. So you got to show the love. You got to show that love. You got to give it. I'm definitely going to be in attendance. Now, you know, I might catch you off guard because the last time I had you on my show. Can you just go ahead and just give a little bit of what it is that you do? It comes out so easily. Just go ahead and give a little bit.
Alright, let's see. R.I.P. first and foremost to Victory. R.I.P. to Dominique. R.I.P. to all those we lost. Rest in poetry. I'm from the slums, where most of the homeless called home. Where they moan vocal tones, we the Romans that chose it cologne. Home to government legislatures. People that's naughty by nature, lost souls searching for paper. Where the sun don't shine, clocks stay out of time, fiends stay on the grind, death stays on your mind. Ghetto the many bloodlines, yet I'm one of a kind. My spirits can be seen by the blind, named Amillion, because I'm the son of a million. A million ballers, we heads, people coke sniffing. A million people uplifting, a million ghetto children. A million people potential, but got a glass ceiling. A million golden gloves and corporate thugs. A million people on all bed to hate on my love. So how could you hate the pride of the ghetto when through projects and neglect the reflecting them is so true? A young gun named Amillion is cocked back to explode. Look back, reload. Behold the bold and beautiful, typical, critical. It's all politics as usual. Living no American dream, no get rich quick scheme. Started with a ball and a team. Ended with a daughter and a dream, a gleam in my mother's eye. I'm down to live life until it's simply rather to live it to die. I don't know what else.
I don't know what to do. I don't know to clap, to cheer.
You gotta clap because I just snapped.
I don't know to do the robot.
I just snapped, so you gotta clap.
Okay. Clap and
Nah, I appreciate it. Part of the cold, part of the sniffles. This is real.
I just want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
You almost had him freestyle, but you know,
Nah.
that's some exclusive
Come
type
on, we
time.
can bust the beat right quick. Put her on the spot while we in the spot.
I really can rap though. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna wait till my album come out.
Oh man.
It's called I'm Mean and I Dream. All right. So, and my daughter's looking at me like, really? Okay, so.
And one thing I gotta end with is that you definitely are one in a million. I know you was thinking about your master plan and reaching that, but no, I was already one in a million the day you find out who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's us after you find it to define it. So, I mean, the day you beat cancer, you was one in a million.
The day I was born, I was a one in a million.
Basically. But
Yeah.
whatever we can grab hold on to, everybody possesses at least one thing in them.
Mm-hmm.
They can't nobody else do like them,
Right.
or do how they do it, or
Right.
the way they do it.
Right.
So from the people behind the camera, you know, to the people watching,
Mm-hmm.
to the man in the other building,
Right.
Dwayne Powell,
Stand behind the glass window.
be blessed, be true, be you. Thank you.
And okay, and one last thing, and then this is it. So this is Breast Cancer Month. You have any words of encouragement for those going through, those who have lost family members to it? You told me that you had someone personal to you.
My grandmother is a breast cancer survivor. My grandfather died to cancer, so it's very dear to my heart. I got to see the pain and the joy of it, and man, it's something that I just admire, and it's affected me personally. I just wish everyone the best, and as long as you believe you one in a million, you can definitely get that healing. It's not going to just come from the medicine, it's going to come from a higher power.
And that mindset.
You know, I'm going to start preaching. I ain't a preacher, I'm a reacher, you know? But definitely, one in a salute to breast cancer.
Go pink, one and A. All right, so again, one more time, because I always got to make sure I push it. November 6th.
November 6th.
Welcome Home concert.
Hold on.
Go ahead and pick that flyer up, sir, because it flew, it's fly like you. So, November 6th, Welcome Home concert at the World Cafe at the Queen. Let me read it off. And he'll be fresh off his first overseas hip-hop tour in the UK. All right, doors open up at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8 and it ends at 10. There will be a live band performance, Victory the producer, tribute, and other special guests. So you need to hit him up. He already told you it's at Amillion The Poet on all social media sites.
Let's do this. Next person to ask the question right now gets a free ticket. Let's go. Who gonna do it?
Who gonna answer the question?
Who gonna do it?
From both accounts. Anybody gonna answer the question?
All right, we giving them 10 seconds.
Can I ask a question? I've been asking questions
10
all
seconds.
night.
They got 10.
Think of a question.
See, they sleeping.
They looking like, I don't know no questions. Well, listen,
They sleeping.
we're gonna count this down, but y'all make sure y'all buy a ticket, $15 in advance, all right? Amillion The Poet on all sites. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, his Periscope, his website, all the way around. So make sure y'all hit him up for tickets. You gotta come out here, like I said, support the home team. I keep repeating it, but it's very important. And you have to make sure that you live out your dreams as well, because time is short. Life is short.
Life is too short.
Make sure that when you do pass away, that you pass away empty. All right, so I just want to thank you, Amillion, for coming out.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure when I talk to you.
It is.
You
It's always
inspire
real.
me. Yes. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to my next show. That's Real Talk with Tasha. Y'all can hit me up on Facebook, Real Talk with Tasha, Twitter, Real Talk with Tosh. You can hit me up on Periscope. You'll see me. I'll be doing some conversation pieces. My next show, if you want to come on, we'll be talking about husband, where art thou? So if you want to join on that, you sure can, because that's a very hot topic. But you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Real Talk with Tosh. I just want to thank you again. I keep saying thank you.
Thank
Last
you, everybody,
words?
that tuned in.
Yes, and we out.